Good morning. I'm meteorologist Ashley Ruiz from the Storm Tracker Weather Team Weather Center this morning. It is 10 o'clock, 10:01 to be exact, and we are tracking a very strong cold front that will move into the area later on today and tonight. So you could see it is sticking out like a sore thumb this morning. 40 degrees right now in Dallas, 73 in Shreveport. So we have a very moist, unstable air mass for this cold front to move on through into, and the atmosphere is pretty unstable at this point, which storms thrive in this kind of environment. And we're starting to see storms fire up ahead of the cold front and along the cold front as well. And the Storm Prediction Center has placed our area, at least half of it. It's kind of hard to see right there on the screen, but I'll zoom in just a sec just to kind of show you the storm progression moving from the southwest to the northeast. And essentially we have showers and thunderstorms firing up ahead of the cold front, and that orange color that you see, that is an enhanced risk, which includes the northern portion of our viewing area. So mainly north of I-10, south of I-10, we have a slight risk, level 2 out of 5 on the scale. The enhanced risk is a level 3 out of 5 on the scale, meaning that strong to severe storms are likely. And I don't really want you to focus in on, oh, we're in the yellow zone or we're in the orange zone. Just know that our area, the WVLA and WGMB Fox 44 viewing area, we are under the gun for some strong to severe storms this afternoon and into the evening hours. So as of right now, the timing really has not changed. Maybe an hour later, depending on how fast this progression of the storm system really begins to ramp up over the next few hours. But as of right now, west of I-55, the current timing looks to be 2 p.m. lasting until late this evening, around 9, maybe 10 o'clock or so. So we'll be watching for two different kinds of storm modes, one of which could be a cellular storm mode, so a supercell that could develop out ahead of a squall line, which will arrive this evening. Later on, I would say for the Baton Rouge Metro, 7, 8 o'clock or so. And again, out ahead of that, those are the storm modes that we could see would be supercells. And normally with those, we have to watch very carefully for some rotation. Those are the ones that usually spawn tornadoes. And so that will definitely be a threat this afternoon, especially if we see any breaks in the cloud cover. A lot of people may say, oh, well, we're seeing sunshine, we shouldn't have to worry. No, it's the opposite. If we see some sunshine, that could add instability, add fuel to the atmosphere. East of I-55, the timing looks to be this evening into the overnight hours. So this would be a night threat, which is not ideal. Absolutely not. Only one of which only because it's overnight. Most people are sleeping, but either end because it's at night. So it's kind of hard to see if we do have any tornadoes that do pop up. So the main threat will be damaging wind gust with that squall line, which again is set to arrive this evening. Damaging straight line winds could be as damaging, or if not, more damaging than a weak tornado. So you want to take straight line winds very seriously. Along that squall line, we could see wind gusts between 60 and 70 miles per hour, which again would lead to some damage. And we could see some large hail, although it's not looking as likely for the large hail. The main threat is damaging winds and perhaps a tornado or two. And the Storm Prediction Center did release a mesoscale discussion saying that a tornado watch is likely or would be likely to be issued this afternoon, more so for the western portion part of the state, but I would not be surprised if we're added to that tornado watch as well, whether it's at noon or 1 o'clock or shortly thereafter. So that is another reason why you need to stay weather aware this afternoon and into the evening hours. And not just that, you want to have multiple ways to receive warnings. You can depend on us on right here on the live stream, brproud.com. You can depend on us on social media, but you want to have more than one way. So don't just depend on your TV. If your TV goes out, your satellite goes out, you need to have another way to receive warnings, if any are issued, including your best thing to really have is a NOAA weather radio. They're very dependable, and as soon as warnings are issued, you will be alerted. And if you don't have one physically, you can get one on your smartphone. I have one as well, and it is the same thing. It's a weather radio, and it will alert you. It'll wake you up if you're napping or anything of that matter. And you could always find us on Fox 44 or WVLA NBC Local 33. And again, you want to download our free BR Proud weather app. Right now, we are just seeing quiet conditions, no storms in our immediate area, but storms are starting to fire up just to the north of Lake Charles, north of I-10, all the way closer to Alexandria and into southwest Mississippi, where they are starting to see some more breaks in the cloud cover as of right now. So let's take you through the Futurecast. This is the HRRR. This has been pretty, I would say it's been pretty consistent in terms of timing and intensity on the timing and, again, the intensity of this progression of the storm system. So this is what the radar should look like right now, with a few showers and storms popping up around lunchtime, but these are not expected to be severe. Now the atmosphere becomes more unstable this afternoon, and the window of opportunity begins. I would say after lunchtime through the evening, that's when we'll have that window of opportunity. And you see those individual cells. Those are the ones we're really going to have to watch for some rotating cells once they start to cross I-10, move into southwest Mississippi as well. And notice this is around 3:30, a linear type form in terms of storms. Storm form is starting to develop out west. So a squall line is developing out west, a little closer to Lake Charles, southwest Louisiana, and the progression begins to move from west to east. We're still seeing a few storms out ahead of the squall line. So again, we will be watching that all afternoon until the squall line passes for some of those rotating storms out ahead of it. And this latest run of the model showing the squall line moving through the Baton Rouge Metro, starting to cross the Mississippi River again around 7, 8 o'clock, and then racing to the east and moving closer to the I-55 corridor in the North Shore. We'll still be dealing with perhaps a few showers and such, but after that one main leading edge of the squall line passes, the severe weather threat should begin to end. Now, this isn't going to be a really flooding threat type system. We could see up to 1.5 inches, maybe even more, with some of these training cells that will move from south to north. We could see some heavy rain leading to some localized flooding in the low-lying areas more so, but the main threat will be damaging wind gust and perhaps a few tornadoes as well. I also have one other graphic. I'm trying to look for it, and here we go. This kind of breaks it down for you. So the severe threats will mainly be damaging wind gusts, and that's on the medium range, and a few tornadoes again cannot be ruled out. That is our secondary threat. Hail and flooding not looking as likely. So again, you need to have multiple ways to receive warnings should any be issued. After this is all said and done, today our highs top out in the upper 70s and lower 80s. Tomorrow afternoon will be in the lower 50s. So almost a 30-degree temperature change with this system. So it is going to pack a punch. Cold Arctic air will move in and replace this warm, muggy, moist air mass. So 81 for a high today, passing showers this morning, and then storms will begin to develop this afternoon. We'll have a strong low-level jet, increasing all that moisture and instability into the air. So that's what the storms like to thrive in, that kind of environment. Tonight, strong to severe storms during the evening, and then we'll clear out. Temperatures will drop overnight as the north wind begins to pick up from around 10 to 15. Going forward, our wake-up temperatures are going to be quite cold. Tomorrow, 42, near seasonal. Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, we'll be waking up to temperatures below freezing or near freezing, so a light freeze is looking likely Tuesday night and into Wednesday night as well. So you'll want to bring in the sensitive vegetation, your plants, and don't forget about your pets as well. But in the meantime, you need to stay weather aware. I'll get to the threat outlook once again, so you could, if you are just joining us, you can kind of take this all in again. So the threat would be some individual cells out ahead of a squall line, which will arrive this evening. So our window of opportunity will be quite broad, but once the squall line passes, we'll start to see our threat begin to end. And damaging wind gust, again, the main threat with that, between 60 and 70 miles per hour, so damaging straight line winds, and then perhaps a few tornadoes as well. The timing west of I-55, 2 to 9 p.m. Add or take an hour, or give or take an hour. So it could speed up or it could slow down. East of I-55, the north and south shore, that's this evening to the overnight hours. Again, give or take an hour. And with the Saints game being in New Orleans tonight, again, you'll still want to stay weather aware, as this could impact travel, and if we have any warnings issued, something you'll want to keep in mind. So again, this afternoon and evening, you need to stay weather aware, have multiple ways to receive warnings, and we'll be here all along the way to keep you posted on air and online. But in the meantime, you can download the free BR Proud app, and not just that, on brproud.com we have an interactive radar, which is a good tool to have. You can zoom in, get a little closer to your home, track the storms yourself as well. Good tool to have, and we'll keep you posted if we have any updates. If a tornado watch is issued, we'll be sure to let you know on that, but that is likely to come. So we'll keep you posted on air and online. In the meantime, we will end this and hope you have a great day and stay weather aware.